नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की श्री रामनवमी महामहोत्सव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So welcome to all the folk. So today is a very important day. Hope all of you have observed fasting for the pleasure of Lord Sri Ramachandra. So now you are going to listen beautiful pastimes of Lord Rama, Ramakatha. Ramakatha is so beautiful. It is said that wherever Ramakatha happens, there Hanuman comes and sits. Hears very interestingly with great love and devotion. It has been enchanting people from generations, from lakhs of years. This pastime of Ramayana happened lakhs of years before. Before this Kali Yuga is Dwapar Yuga, which is 8,64,000 years. Before that is Treta Yuga. Okay, in Treta Yuga, this Rama pastime happened. At least you can say, lakhs of years before. Many times we'll forget people, who came and gave some message and performed some activities. We forget people 10 years back, 50 years back. In history, many people are there. Now, how many we can remember? We forgot many people. But you see, this Rama pastime happened lakhs of years before. Still we can able to remember. People love to hear again and again. People are devotees of Lord Rama, ardent devotees of Lord Rama. People still tell with great devotion, Jai Sri Ram. So this is the greatest of Lord Rama. His ashes, his name and fame is eternal. So this is one of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. Aishwaryasya, Viryasya, Yasa Sriyaha, Jnana Vairagyamsya. The six opulence are there of Supreme Lord. Aishwarya, he is all rich. Viryasya, he is all powerful. Yashas, his name and fame is always existing, always glorious. Sriyaha, he is so beautiful. Jnana, he is having all knowledge. And then Vairagyamscha, he is the all renunciant. Okay. So these are six opulences. All these opulences are exhibited in Lord Rama. And name and fame you can see very clearly. Lakhs of years happen, still we are remembering, still we are celebrating festival. Today we celebrate festival. So this is the glorious opulence of Lord Sri Rama. And we are going to discuss some interesting pastimes. It is like a Hollywood film. If people make this Rama pastime with proper technology and interesting narration, as mentioned as it is in the Valmiki Ramayana, it will surpass all the films. Collections will be full. people love to see again and again. They'll become devotees of Lord Rama. Such interesting pastimes are there of Lord Sri Rama. So some of those pastimes we'll see now. Many times we hear Rama is very merciful, very soft. We've been hearing from childhood all these qualities of Lord Rama. So in this session, we are going to understand how Lord Rama is great warrior. Aishwaryasya Sriyasya Aishwaryasya Viryascha. This is one more opulence, second opulence of Lord Rama. So it's supremely powerful. The purpose of his incarnation is to establish an ideal character for a human being. He is Supreme Lord. He came as human being. He lived as human being and shown to people how a human being has to live in a righteous way. So this Ramayana Katha, we should see in that angle only. If you think Lord Rama is Supreme God, if you see in that angle, he is Supreme God only, no doubt about it. If you see in that angle, you will not understand the beauty of Ramayana. You should see in the angle that Rama is a human being. Then you will understand the beauty of Ramayana. He is Supreme Lord only, but enacting as human being. Okay? So in that way I have to see. So, you know that Ramayana, how Rama takes birth, and then he goes to Vanavasa, and Sita was abducted, and then he goes and meets Sugriva, and Vali is killed. Then Hanuman goes and finds out the where and abouts of Sita Devi, and then he comes back and gives the message to Lord Rama. Lord Rama is very happy by hearing that message, which he has been waiting for many, many months. And his dear and the most dear wife of Lord Rama, he loves her so much. So when the message he heard that Sita is there in Lanka, and then when he brings one thing and showed the ornament of Sita Devi, he becomes very happy, and he hugs Hanuman. It is said that Lord Rama hugs only one personality in whole Ramayana, that is Hanuman. He becomes very happy. Then he understands how difficult it is to cross over Lanka. 100 yojanas, ocean is there. Yojana means almost many kilometers it is. Okay, so that much how we can cross over. So by thinking about that, he becomes distressed. So like a human being, he is showing all those things, qualities. He is distressed. Then Sugriva comes. How can you become distressed? All the Vandas have come. Crores of Vandas have come from different places across the world, and they all come. They gathered. Now it's not the time to get distressed. You have to plan how to cross our ocean. That's it. Somehow or other, if you cross our ocean, our victory is confirmed. You will become victorious for sure. So, well, definitely will be victorious. So, please plan, O Lord Rama. That's the message Sugriva tells to Lord Rama. Then Lord Rama stands up, and then he decides, for sure you're going for war now, and fixes one good muhurta for the fight, to start for the fight. So then he arranges the whole Vanara army in a very interesting format. This shows the leadership qualities of Lord Rama. So he arranges 1,00,000 army with leader as Neela. So crores of army is there. They have to move up to the ocean, and then systematically this has to be taken. is not, confusion should not be there. Otherwise, whole army will get scattered. Everybody should be together, and then systematically they have to reach to the warshed. And please remember, these are not just 10 people or 15 people or 50 people, 100 people. We organize a trip, folk trips. It becomes so difficult for us to keep all people together. We keep announcing. We'll be having PA system. We'll make an announcement. Nobody should have their own plans. Everybody should have only one plan. Okay. So wherever you go, you should take permission, go. That time there are no PA systems. And crores of army, not 100 people, crores of army. How much big I'm going to tell? That army also. So he keeps Neela and gives 1 lakh army. So you have to go forward and guide us. What is the route? And then, so when we go, which direction we have to go, how much distance we have to move, how much time we have to move, and wherever we stop, there must be sufficient fruits, honey and water. And this is what the wanderers require. They require food to sustain, water to sustain. Okay, so sufficient for crores of people, sufficient food should be available, and water should be available. That arrangement they have to make, and this also very carefully this arrangement has to be made. Otherwise, what happens if enemies comes to know the movement of this army, this crores of army, the place where they are going to stop, if they come to know before, they'll mix poison in the water, and all these wanderers drink and die. There is no question of war also. War is over before reaching the shore only, before starting only. They may poison food also. Okay. So this Neelan army, they have to finalize the place, and then very secretly they have to keep that location until the army comes. So it's a very responsible job, that is. So that task he gives to the Neela. So this Neela who goes forward, and then behind all these people are moving. And then very big army is there, they are moving forward, and then there are chances from different sides. If enemies comes to know, they can come and attack. Yeah. So enemies may come, if they come to know, they come and attack from left side, from right side, from back side, anyway. Anyway they can attack. If they attack like that, then again the army is over. Without going for war only, the war is finished. Okay. So from all the sides he keeps the great wanderers again. There are powerful warriors are there, leaders of the Vanara Sena. In the right side he keeps Rishabha with again crores of army. Left side Gandhamadana, again crores of Vanara army. And behind is the very crucial place. From this side, enemy comes and attacks always. So here he keeps he keeps 3 warriors, Vegadashi, Sushena and Jambavan, with all the Vanar Sena. They are going like that. Like in between the army is moving again. This army is going forward, and Rama is sitting on the shoulders of Hanuman, Lakshmana on the shoulders of Angada. Okay, and Rama is seeing all the directions, where army is going and all, how the army is there. And then Sugriva on the Pallaki, and he tells before only that people, Vandas who are deceased, and old people should not be taken for this war, because if something happens to them, somebody should be there to taking care. It will be difficult, where there are no facilities, and the new place that is, and then somebody has to again take back if required. So it has before only not to take deceased and the old, people. And that's why the army is moving, and then he is seeing everywhere from the shoulders of Hanuman. And then by seeing him, whole army also getting encouraged, they're getting enthusiasm. So this is how very wonderfully, under the leadership of Lord Rama, the whole army is moving, and then finally they reach the ocean. Okay. So generally in our life we want leaders. So many times we elect foolish leaders, during elections time. So we should think, and we should intelligent enough to choose a leader. So the best leader is Lord Rama. Or currently we may think Rama is not available, then what to do? Then you should elect the leader who is a devotee of Lord Rama, who is following his instructions. Then we will be victorious. They know what is really good for the people. It's not giving some TVs, some clothes, some free things, food, all these things. Okay, that is not the real welfare. Real welfare is make them advance towards the Supreme Lord. Opportunity to perform devotional service to the Lord. Okay, this is the real good for any soul. This a leader has to ensure. Okay, not amassing wealth, exploiting people. This is not the duties of a leader. Okay, so if you elect the blessed leader is Lord Rama. Okay, if you take his guidance and you accept he is my supreme leader, supreme Lord, then you will follow instructions of that supreme Lord. Mentioned in Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, best form presented in Bhagavatam. Then you will follow correctly, and you will walk in right direction, and you can advance in Krishna consciousness and attain back to Godhead. Okay, so that is the greatness of our Lord, Supreme Lord, the Lord Rama, Ramachandra Bhagavan. Okay, so this is how we have to understand, the glorious qualities of Lord Rama. Then, yes. So then one more quality of Lord Rama, how merciful Lord Rama is, you'll understand. So they go to ocean, and then they are searching, they are actually thinking how to cross out this ocean. Then Vibhishana has a fight with Ravana because he is following adharma. Vibhishana always follows dharma. He is a pure devotee. That's the vara he asked from Brahma also. Under any kind of circumstances, let my mind doesn't deviate from dharma. And Brahma says, tadastu. Always you will follow dharma. So he understands Ravana is following adharma. He requests so much, please give up Sita Devi and save dharma, save people of Lanka. But he doesn't listen. When time comes, people will be like that only. Many times we see people don't listen to good instructions. We also do sometimes. So this is all Ravana consciousness, not Rama consciousness. You have to hear to the authorities. You have to hear to Guru, Sadhu and Shastras. If you don't hear, this is Ravana consciousness we are developing. We should always be humble and ready to hear instructions. So then he is not hearing. Then Vibhishana comes out with his 4 close ministers. He ascends to sky and crosses over the ocean. From the sky, he calls Sugriva. So I left my brother, I left my family and came to take the shelter of Lord Rama. Please go and give this message to Lord Rama. Sukhdev becomes very angry by hearing that. Why? He thinks this is some trick. Because Ravana is very, he is Rakshasa, he will do all, they'll do all kind of cheating. They have no dharma. This is also one form of cheating, he thinks. He wants to kill immediately, Vibhishana by, jumping to the sky. But let me inform, my Lord Rama. This must be the, duty of every devotee. He has to consult. We should not take, steps on our own. We should always take guidance. Okay. So he goes and tells to Lord Rama. So like this, Vibhishana has come. He is the brother of Ravana, and I don't know about him. He may be cheated also. He tells whatever his thing. He tells. So then, surprisingly, you will understand what Rama does. Rama also, even though he is Supreme Lord, he knows everything. Still, he calls the Vanara Veeras, the great warriors of Vanar Sena. So he assembles everybody and tells this situation, Vishnu has come. So we have to accept him or not. Please tell your opinion without any fear. You don't think that Sugriva has already told, I should not tell against, Sugriva will become angry. No need to think like that. You tell clearly what is your opinion, what you think is good. So then Angada comes forward. So Angada tells, so we have to assess his qualities. If he's having good qualities, then we can accept him, otherwise reject him. For this we have to send spies, Godacharis to Lanka, and we have to inquire about this Vibhishana. That's what Angada tells. So Rama hears and then okay. Next Sharabha comes. So Sharabha tells, we have to understand his facial features, how he is moving his eyebrows, face, various feelings. So by that we should be able to understand, and then we can assess he is a good person or not. And Jambavan tells he is doubtful. I am doubtful. This kind of situation, how can he come and tell I am doubtful about him? Then Mahinda tells we should ask some questions and understand how he is answering. Based on that we can assess whether he is good or bad. Then Rama asks Hanuman. Hanuman tells, sending our spies to Lanka, inquiring about his qualities, all these are impractical. He is already here before us. Crossing over Vashni itself is difficult. How to go inside Lanka, how we can inquire, whom will inquire, it's all impractical. And then assessing his facial features and asking questions. He's already there, he already spoke to us. We already, the way he's speaking we understood. That is also not right way, we cannot understand exactly by that. If you ask unnecessary questions and trouble him, he may go away and we will lose a great opportunity. And I think better we should accept him. So then Rama speaks now. What Rama speaks here is wonderful. He says, anybody who comes and asks for my shelter, I'll immediately accept him without any doubt. That is my dharma. See the Lord Rama, anybody, any fool, any rascal, if they come forward, oh Lord, please accept me. If he tells, Lord accepts him, it seems. So how merciful Lord Rama is. If you take his shelter, our life is over. The purpose of life is fulfilled. So what you are thinking? We want to take shelter of many people. in company, in family. The best shelter is Lord Rama. Friends, society, many people shelter you want to take. So best is take shelter of Lord Rama. He'll accept, no doubt about it. He'll give you all the mercy. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sarnam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshesha masuchaha. That's what he's telling. Mokshesha masuchaha, I'll give you mukti. Just surrender unto me. Do not fear. That's what Lord Rama is telling. Okay. He tells, I am from the family of Dasharatha Maharaj, Raghuvamsha Kula Tilaka, a great family lineage. I am coming. I learned all the Dharma Shastras, all the Vedas. And then I'll accept at any cost this Vibhishana. If I want, with my Sankalpa Shakti, I can kill this Ravana, anybody. I don't fear to anybody. But I always follow Dharma. See, this is what Lord is speaking. It is said in Dharma Shastras, anybody comes and asks for shelter, one has to give. This is what he quotes from Dharma Shastras. So any difficulty comes, if you see, Lord Rama always refers to Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. What Shastras told, what my Guru told, what the great Sadhus told, this is what he refers. Similarly, we have to think, we have to act also. Generally, when you get one problem, we go by our mind. You'll become angry, that's it, you'll do something. Anytime you refer to Shastras, what Shastras told, what Srila Prabhupada told, what devotees told, what Bhagavatam told. This is very important. This thing we have to learn from Lord Rama. This is what he wants to teach us. Then your life becomes simple. Unnecessary problems, all those things, they'll go away. And if you take shelter of Lord Rama, he'll surely accept and deliver all of us. And then he sits on the ocean shore. He does tapasya for 3 days and calls the personified of Samudra. He doesn't come. He becomes very angry. He takes a vow and he wants to shoot Brahmastra and drive whole ocean. Aquatics, everything will die. He says, I already lost my kingdom and my beloved Sita, and you are thinking I am weak. I'll show you my strength. And he's about to release Brahmastra. That time Lakshmana comes and stops. Please don't do this. If you do like this, it is really great disturbance to the whole nature. So by hearing the Rama's words, immediately that person from Samudra will come, ocean will come, and he prays. So I will give you the way. You just please throw the stones by writing on your name on it. I will hold it, and you can, all the Vanaras can cross over the ocean. Then immediately all the Vanaras go, and then they take big stones and they throw onto the ocean by writing Lord Rama's name, Ramanama, Harinama. Okay. So there no gravity works, even still it is working. All the stones are still floating. Gravity doesn't work there. If Rama wants, nothing, he can change anything. He is not subservient to the laws of nature. Karma doesn't work on him. Please understand, there's a big ignorance. People tell that Rama is bound to karma, Krishna is bound to karma. It is all useless statements. He is the one who made all these laws, and he is above all these laws. Okay. So all the stones started floating, and they make a big Varadhi. 100 yojanas Varadi. In first day, 14 yojanas, second day, 20 yojanas, third day, 21 yojanas, fourth day, 22 yojanas, fifth day, 23 remaining. In 5 days, they complete the Mahavaradi. Still, it is existing. Lakhs of years passed. Okay, so that glorious Varadi he builds, Lord Rama builds. This is the greatness of Lord Rama. Impossible to cross our ocean otherwise. And na bhuto na bhavishyatihi, nobody has done before, and nor in future also. Okay, so that is the great strength of Lord Rama. Okay, so then Ravana gets surprised. What to do now? So then he sends two of his servants, Sukha and Sarana. You go and inquire in Kamarupas. They have Kamarupa Siddhi, these Rakshasas. That means they can change their form as they desire. They can take the form of a Rakshasa, or a human being, or an animal, or a Vanara also, or any birds also. Okay, so they take form of a parrot and go into the Vanara Sena, and they're examining what is Vanara Sena, and finally they stop at Sugriva, and they tell to Sugriva message. See, we don't have any enmity with you. You are Vanara and we are Rakshasas. We don't have any enmity with you. Why you are unnecessarily bringing danger to all your Vanara Sena? Please go away to Kishkinda. We just fight with these human beings. Like that, they give message. Sugriva becomes very angry because Sugriva, is a dear friend of Lord Rama. He likes very much Rama. He's a dear friend of Lord Rama. They immediately catch hold of those parrots and want to kill them. Then they call Rama, 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 like that they are all calling. And Rama hears. And Rama stops that. He tells Sugriva that they are messengers and they cannot be killed. And they don't have weapons also. Then Rama asks, why you have come? So I have come, we have come to see all these things and carry this message to Ravana. So Rama asks surprisingly, so have you seen whole army? Do you want any more details? If you want, I will send Vibhishana with you. He will give you more details. They get surprised. Okay. And no need to fear. You will not be killed. I am giving you abhaya. Please go back. Understand more details about the army. At least by seeing this army, let your king come to senses. And no need to fear. You can see everything and go. Like that Rama tells. So then they understand the glory of Lord Rama, how merciful he is. So then they go back to Ravana. And they tell, they go to that palace of Ravana. So Ravana goes to terrace and he is asking by showing, one by one, who is this warrior, who is this leader, like that he is asking. And Shuka and Sarna is telling. So he points to Sugriva, they tell he is the king of all Vanaras. And then, then he points to Jambavan, he explains who is Jambavan. And then Neela, he is the Sarva Sainya Jaksha, commander-in-chief of whole army of Vanara. And then Kumuda, Sharaba, Hara, Dhumra, Gaja, Gavaksha, Dvida, and finally Hanuman. They tell he is the Hanuman who destroyed the Lanka, who burned the whole Swarna Lanka and killed 1/4, 25% of Rakshasa Sena, army of Lanka. He is the one. And others also, nothing less, they are so powerful. Then he is seeing the army of Vanaras. It is like one more big ocean, a black ocean. Because they will be having black hair on the body. It is looking like a black ocean. Spread over millions of miles, so many miles, and then onto the mountains also. Then he asks, Ravana asks, what is the count of this whole Vanara army? So to tell, this is a very surprising thing. So, my dear king, to tell about the count of Vanara army, first we have to teach, we have to remind you about Vedic mathematics. So, first they tell Vedic mathematics and they tell what the count of Vanara army. It's the most surprising thing. Even this much big numbers you don't find in current current mathematics also. Okay, in Vedas you will find all these things. So, we know hundreds, thousands, lakhs and crores. Okay. So, 1,000 crores, that means 1 lakh crores is 1 Shanku. 1 Shanku means 1 lakh crores. And 1 lakh Shankush is 1 Mahashanku. 1 lakh Mahashankus is 1 Vrundam. 1 lakh Vrundams is 1 Mahavrundam. And 1 lakh Mahavrundams is 1 Padmam. And 1 lakh Padmams is 1 Mahapadmam. And 1 lakh Mahapadmams is 1 Karvam. And 1 lakh Karvas is 1 Mahakarvam. And 1 lakh Mahakarvas is 1 Samudram. And 1 lakh Samudras is 1 Oga. And 1 lakh Ogas is 1 Mahaoga. So this is where the mathematics they tell. Now they are telling what is the army strength of Vanaras. So Vanara armies is 100,000 crores of Shankas, 1,000 Mahashankas, 100 Vrundas, 1,000 Mahavrundas, 100 Padmas, and 1,000 Mahapadmas, 100 Karvas, 100 Samudras, 100 Mahaogas, and 1 crore Mahaogas. So it is mind-boggling figure. You cannot even imagine also that much army. Okay. So that much is big Vanar Sena. By seeing that Ravana, by hearing that he gets fear. So then they tell very humbly, my dear king, please give back Sita. Otherwise, you are keeping your life at stake and all the residents of Lanka, the glory of Lanka will be lost in this war. Please give away. Becomes very angry and about to kill them. And immediately go out of the scene from here, otherwise I'll kill you. Then they understand, who is Lord Rama and who is Ravana. There Rama, he mercifully left, even though both are his enemies. And here their own king want to kill them just because they give information. He only asked when they give information, he want to kill them. So this is the attitude of Ravana. And so that is the mercy of Lord Rama. And that is the greatness of Lord Rama. And this is how, and the war starts, and then these Vanaras, they go to different directions of Lanka, east, west, north, south, and then Rama and Lakshmana one side they will be there, and they keep Sugriva one more side, and other Vanaras with great crores of army they keep, and they keep attacking. So Rama and Ravana they stay on the side of this Ravana and then Indrajit. One side is protected by one great warrior. Okay, so one side is protected by Ravana, and one more side is this Indrajit. So Rama, Lakshmana and Sugriva, they are fighting on that side. Then this interesting scene happens here. Indrajit comes out and he starts fighting with them. So when he comes out, Angada is son of Vali, he immediately jumps onto the Radha of Indrajit. Indrajit is a not normal person. He is invincible. He is more powerful than Ravana also. He is the one who defeated Indra. That's why he is given the title Indrajit. Indrajit. His name is actually Meghanath. Okay. But he was given title Indrajit because he defeated the Lord of Heaven, the King of Heaven. Okay. So that's why he's called Indrajit. Such a powerful warrior he is. And unto that warrior Radha, Angada jumps and he kills the chariot driver and then chariots and bears the Radha also. It's a wonderful thing. Nobody could do, even devotees could not do up to now. Such a wonderful act. Then Indrajit gets surprised, how this is possible? And becomes very angry and he disappears into sky. This Indrajit is having wonderful skill of Maya Yuddha. He disappears and fights. All Rakshas also will be having this skill, but he is the expert in that skill, Maya Yuddha. He disappears and fights, and nobody can fight with him. Especially Dharma Yuddha. It is Adharma Yuddha. Maya Yuddha is Adharma Yuddha, and Rama performs Dharma Yuddha. So with this Dharma Yuddha, this kind of Maya Yuddha is doing is very difficult. It's not so easy, very, 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 very difficult. Okay. So then he disappears and he by his mantras he invokes one more Radha and he is fighting. And he is not visible. Arrows are coming like a like a rain. Taka 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 they are coming, and then they could not make out from where it is coming and then where is this Indrajit in the sky. Then Rama stops the Yuddha and sends some 10 powerful Vanara Yodhas, who can fly in the sky very fastly and catch him. So they are Jambavan, the two sons of Sushena, Neela, Angada, Sharaba, Vinata, Sthanuprastha, Rishabhaskanda. So they can fly at the speed of wind. So they all go around to catch Indrajit, but they could not. They come back. So then he starts more vigorously the war, Indrajit. He shoots the most dangerous and powerful astras, Nagastras, onto Rama and Lakshmana. Because if Rama and Lakshmana are killed, the war is over. And these Nagastras are so powerful. By mantras he captures those powerful Nagas, and then with them he makes this Nagastra, and he shoots Nagastras into Rama and Lakshmana. So when he shoots like that, the astras will come, and then these Nagas surround the body of Rama and Lakshmana. Very strongly they tie, like rope we tie, sometimes, in cinemas you see, hero or heroine will be tied with rope to, one pillar. So like that, those Nagas will come, and then Sarpas will come, and they tie the body. Rama and Lakshmana, they could not even move also. They could not move their head also. Why head? Not in breathing also. If somebody hugs you very strongly, you cannot even breathe. It's like that. Okay. And they are caught totally. They can't able to move. They can't able to breathe also. They fell down in the war field. And all the Vanaras come to protect them. But in vain. They could not do anything. Their great warriors are there. Vibhishana is there, Sugriva is there, Hanuman is there, many warriors. They could not, because they are so powerful, even devatas, rishis also cannot protect. All the devatas have come, they are seeing the war from the sky, because they are waiting when this Ravana will die. There will be peace, happiness in the whole universe. They are waiting for that. They are ready to help also, but they could not. Such a powerful and dangerous weapons they are actually. And by seeing the situation of Lord Rama, they are crying avataras. Because these sarpas, they bite continuously body, and then they induce poison until the person dies. They are continuously biting Lord Rama and Lakshmana. Nobody could stop the sarpas. And then Indrajit throws arrows onto 15 marmasthanas of Rama and Lakshmana. Marmasthanas means if it is hit there, some sensible portions of the body. If the arrow hits there, for sure the person going to die. It's like heart, head, like that some portions will be 15 portions. The warriors know clearly all those things. And he shoots arrows, 15 arrows at 15 parts of Rama's body. Again, Lakshmana also 15 parts of the body, marmasthanas. Then blood is oozing out. Their bodies are drenched in the bed, in the blood pool. With their blood, the pool forms and they are drenched in the blood. By seeing the situation, they are all crying. And then now Indrajit throws arrows onto Vanara Yodas also. He is killing Vanara Yodas also. And then by seeing that all the Vanaras are running away, they are again running, go to towards Varadhi and want to go off. And everybody is seeing what to do, And then in the meantime, to show this, Ravana takes Sita Devi. He sends that Pushpa Vimana, and then Sita was taken to that scene, and she was made to see position of Rama and Lakshmana, and she understands they died. He tells like that they died already. And by seeing that Sita's heart is broken, she is crying. Again, she was taken back to Lanka. And she is crying, how I can become widow? My rekas in my hands are good. It doesn't show I am a widow. How can I become widow like this? She is crying by seeing her hands and all. So then like the situation, and then that time Rama comes to consciousness, but he can't able to come out, and he sees Lakshmana. Oh my dear brother, you have come to me, all through the life you are with me, and if you die, what kind of justice I am doing to you? How can I answer your mother Sumitra Devi? If I go back to Ayodhya also, it is useless, my life is useless. I gave word Vibhishana that I will make you king of Lanka. So I will be called as a wrong person who could not keep up to his word. So like that he is thinking, and then he tells all the Vanaras to please go back. Now we are going to not going to live, we are going to die soon, and then please save yourself. You please go back and take care of the Kishkinda. Okay, you see this all happening in first day of war only. Just first day of war. So then, they are thinking like that, and then they are thinking whether if you have to send Hanuman to Himalayas and bring that Sanjeevani and bring them back to life, it is useless. Why? Even though they give Sanjeevana Aushadhi to them, even though they come back to life, still sarpas are like that only, again they get killed. Again if they give that medicine, again they kill. So it is actually impossible. Even Hanuman could not do anything. Okay. So then suddenly from the sky there will be thunders, full light will come, golden light, and they can able to hear chanting of Veda Gosha, they can able to hear. Suddenly great personality comes out from the sky. So he is having big wings, and then from his wings, when he is moving here and there like that, Veda sounds are coming. So they think, who is he? So he is none other than Garukman, Garuda, Shri Garudev ki Jai, and he comes, and he is terror for the snakes, for the sarpas. So then as soon as he comes, immediately sarpas leave and they run to save their lives. Okay. So then Garuda comes and touches the heads of both Rama and Lakshmana, they immediately come out of all kinds of poison and then injuries. They become full healthy and they stand. So all are very happy. They are doing Jai Jai Dvanas, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, like that. They are all making sounds. And Rama asks, who are you? What is the relation between both of us? Why you came? Who are you? Please tell me. See, here Rama is exactly behaving like a human being, even though he is Supreme Lord. Because in that avatar he want to like that. Then Garuda tells, I am your close friend and you know me very well. In future you will come to know. As of now, please don't ask. Because you are doing Dharma Yuddha. You want to establish Dharma on this whole universe. So I came and protected you. So this is what is important point. You should make a point, Your Honor. When you stand for Dharma, when you fight for Dharma, you will see the entire nature, help from entire nature. All the Panchabhutas will come and help you. Devotees will come and help you. Devatas will come and help you. Lord himself will come and help you. This is what Lord wants to make a point here. So it's always the best way. It may be very difficult, seems to be very difficult. Rama crossing over ocean, fighting with Ravana, who is so powerful, in dharmic way seems to be very difficult. But still, he never left Dharma. He always, stood for Dharma. He always did what is Dharma. So similarly, in our life also, if you lead life as per Dharma, you will be definitely victorious. You will come out of all kinds of sinful activities and you will get mercy of Supreme Lord. Complete mercy you will get. And thus how you will be saved, as it is shown here. Okay, so what is Dharma? Dharma means following Krishna consciousness. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam, and Acharya Srila Prabhupada gave what is Dharma. Chanting 16 rounds, following regulated principles, and following various principles of Krishna consciousness, Ekadashi, and then reading scriptures, and then doing sadhana, and doing service as servant to Supreme Lord is our Dharma. Okay? At any cost, never ever leave this Dharma. Okay? You will be victorious for sure. Lord will definitely, will come and help you always. Krishna will come, Rama will come, Hanuman will come, Prabhupada also will come to help you. Okay? So you should always depend on Lord and do your activities in a dharmic way. That's what our Acharya Srila Prabhupada has done. And then his Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta, and Krishna always came in help of Srila Prabhupada. Like the Hanuman crossed the ocean, Srila Prabhupada also crossed the ocean. Like the way here Lord Rama is struggling with the Nagastras. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada also struggled with serious health problems. Like the way Garuda came and helped. Similarly, Krishna came and helped Srila Prabhupada. And he crossed the ocean with great confidence and then preached Krishna consciousness. Okay. So this way, we should never ever leave Dharma, and this way to follow Dharma always. Then all the whole nature will come for your help. So then again they become very healthy, and Ravana gets surprised. Ravana gets surprised. Why this kind of Vijayadvanas are audible? Then he comes to know that Rama and Lakshmana came back to life. How this possible? He could not understand. He'll never understand. People who are following adharma, doing adharma, they never can understand the intricacies of dharma, the miracles of dharma. Okay, so then he goes to fight. He gets defeated by Lord Rama. It's a very detailed description. I am not going to full details. The whole war, otherwise it takes many hours to tell this whole Ramayana. He gets defeated. So he comes to war, and then he shoots arrows, and all the Vandas they run here and there. Ravana Yuddha means it's not a normal thing. All the Vandas they run away by seeing that war. They go to Hanuman. Then Hanuman he jumps onto Radha of this Ravana, and then hits Ravana on the chest, and Ravana gets shaken up at once, and he comes back and he hits Hanuman on the chest. Surprisingly, supremely the great powerful Hanuman, by that strong hit, he can't able to bear that. He falls unconscious and he falls down from Radha. It's a great personality, warrior like Hanuman falls down. So that is the power of Ravana. And then he sees Lakshmana, and then he shoots some arrows onto Lakshmana, and Lakshmana also falls down, and he wants to take Lakshmana onto Radha and then take him back to Lanka, because we don't know, he doesn't know. Again these people do something, again bring back to life. So he comes down to Radha, about to lift him, but Lakshmana becomes very heavy. This Ravana is so powerfully, he once lifted Kailash Parvata, but he can't able to lift Lakshmana, because that's the power of Lakshmana. He's trying very great effort, he can't able to lift. And Hanuman, in the meantime, he comes to consciousness, and he goes and again pushes Ravana away and takes back immediately Lakshmana, and he keeps beside Rama. So by seeing that, Rama becomes very angry. My brother, what happened to him? Then Rama goes for fight with Ravana, and then he fights very valiantly. Both their fights are very vigorously it happens. And then Rama breaks his Radha totally and kills his horses. Chariot driver, his Dvaja falls down, his Radha Chakras breaks, and his bow also breaks. He becomes weaponless. Then Rama tells, so now you are weaponless. Nedipoi Repura. Today you go and come tomorrow. That's what he tells. Because that is Dharma. The person who is not having weapons, he cannot be killed. Okay. So that's how Lord Rama leaves for that day. And he goes back. It's a big insult for Ravana. Because he is the most powerful. He controlled the entire universe. He never get defeated. And that warrior got defeated now in the hands of Lord Rama. And he goes back and remembers his curses. There are many curses are there for Ravana. He remembers all those things. I did not ask Brahma boon to not to get killed by these human beings. That's what is happening now. I have insulted Vedavati, insulted Rambha, the wife of Nalukuvara, and then insulted Nandishvara, and then many more people like that. All their curses are now coming into picture. He understands, Ravana understands. Okay. Then Kumbhakarna wakes up. He calls for Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna wakes up and he goes for war. It's a very one more big war. And then Kumbhakarna gets killed by Lord Rama again. His left hand was removed by one powerful astras, and then right hand still he is coming and removes his legs and finally removes his head, and Kumbhakarna falls down and dies. And Ravana becomes very much depressed, because most powerful, even in, the avataras get frightened. Then again he sends Indrajit. Indrajit comes forward, and then he again starts Maya Yuddha. They can't able to fight this Maya Yuddha, and then he uses Brahmastra. He releases Brahmastra. With this Brahmastra, he kills 67 crore Vanar Sena. All the 67 crore Vanaras falls down. Whenever Indrajit comes, nobody could stop him. Such is the power of Indrajit. Okay, including Sugriva, Rama, Lakshmana, everybody falls down. Jambavan, except Hanuman. Hanuman acts as if he falls down because he is having boon from devatas, from Brahma, that he cannot be down by Brahmastra. And knowing this, before only Vibhishana goes to far off place. So Vibhishana and Hanuman both were there. Then Hanuman goes and brings that Sanjeevani, and with that again all the Vanaras who have died, who have fell down unconscious, they all comes back. Okay. Unfortunately, this Ravana is throwing away all the dead bodies of Rakshasas into ocean. So they all go away deep into ocean, some other place. Okay, only remaining dead bodies are Vanaras. So when the Parvata comes, because of that fragrance, all these Vanaras comes back again. All the Vanaras army is intact, nobody dies. Okay, so that's the wonder. That's how Lord helps devotees always. Then finally, Lakshmana fights with Indrajit very valiantly, and then he kills Indrajit. All the astras he uses, nothing works on Indrajit. And then finally he uses one astra, that's called Aindrastra, the astra of Indra. With that astra, he chants one mantra which is not there in Dhanurveda, because all the Dhanurveda mantras they use, nothing works on Indrajit. So just a second, that mantra I will read here. Yes, and this mantra is out of Dhanurveda. That mantra is Dharmatma Satya Sandasya Ramo Dasharir Yadi Purushecha Apradidvandam Sarenam Jahira Ravanim. The meaning of this mantra is, O divine bow, O divine arrow, if Rama is truthful and righteous, you must go and kill Indrajit now. That's the meaning of the mantra. This is called Moola Mantra of Ramayana. That means he is totally depending on Lord Rama to kill, Indrajit. That means total surrenderance, total dependence on Lord. Actually, we think that Lakshmana killed Indrajit. Actually, Rama killed Indrajit. So that's why if it totally takes a shelter of Lord, Lord will protect us for sure. Same sloka. Sarvadharman parityaja, give up everything and surrender to me. I will, take care, do not fear. That's what Lord Rama did. And of that, Lakshmana comes to Rama and humbly tells that Indrajit killed. He doesn't tell proudly, humble. Okay, so with humbleness he tells. And finally he understands, Ravana understands, it is now final day, I have to fight against Rama. So the final fight begins. Then Ravana comes to the war field and he is like a great warrior, like Vilaya Tandava he is doing. He is killing the Vanaras like left and right. The whole sky is filled with arrows and Vanaras are running here and there. Nobody is standing, they are running away by seeing Ravana out of fear. Then Vibhishana comes forward, the brother of Ravana. He started fighting. He becomes very angry by seeing that Ravana. He throws a powerful shula onto him. He is about to hit. If it hits, Vibhishana dies, that's it, no doubt about it. Then Lakshmana throws an arrow and then breaks that shula. So then he sees this Lakshmana, and then he throws one again shula into Lakshmana. It comes and hits the heart of Lakshmana. Lakshmana falls down. So by seeing that Rama get disturbed, becomes very angry, and meantime Hanuman goes and brings the again that Sanjeevani, and then brings back Lakshmana, and all the injuries what happened he gets cured. Then the great fight starts between Rama and Ravana, and both are fighting, and then it becomes totally dark, it seems. The sky becomes dark. It's not because of sun is set, it is because of arrows, continuous arrows from Rama side and Ravana side. Continuous arrows are coming. It fills the sky and the light is not visible. That much dark it becomes. And then Indra is seeing from the sky, all the Devata Rishis are seeing what is going to happen now. And there Ravana is fighting from the Radha, powerful chariot, and Rama is fighting from the ground. He thinks it is not correct. Then he sends his powerful Radha, and with his chariot driver called Matali, and he sends some powerful astras also, Shakti Astra, like that, some astras he sends. Then that Radha comes, immediately Rama gets on that Radha and started fighting. And then he throws various kinds of arrows, and then he breaks, he cuts his head, and his head is cut, again comes back, and again he cuts, again comes back. Can't able to understand how to kill this person. 100 times it happens, again the head comes back. Generally in the war, if the opposite person head is cut, war is over, enemy is killed. But here is not like that. He is cannot be killed like that. Then by so much fight, both are tired, and then Rama fights so much, and then this Ravana becomes very much tired, and he falls unconscious. His bow also almost get broken. Then immediately Ravana driver takes him away from the war field. So then Rama also got tired. He is thinking how to kill this person. Immediately Agastya Muni comes. Agastya Muni comes and tells Aditya Hridayam. He makes him chant Aditya Hridayam, and he tells, you will be victorious for sure, do not worry, like that peacefully he tells and goes back. So that's the power of Guru. When you are in difficulty, you require Guru's help. When you when you walk on the path of Dharma, then definitely you will get the help from all the ways and means. They will come and help you. So that's how he comes, and then Agastya Muni comes and tells Aditya Hridaya, and then again goes back. Again Ravana becomes angry. He comes to consciousness and becomes angry on driver. Why you take away like that? You are bringing bad name to me. You are bringing bad name to me. You should not do like this. It's my dharma to protect my king. So I done the same thing. Please forgive me then if I done anything wrong, he tells. Then Ravana becomes happy, again comes back. Again fight starts. So very kind of astras is throwing Ravana. It's being difficult to control Ravana this time. Then Matali understands. Ravana time is getting near, time is approaching by seeing various signs. And Matali remembers Rama about one powerful astra given by same Agastya Muni, Brahmastra. He tells Rama, I think you have forgotten the powerful astra which was given by Agastya Muni to you. If you use this astra, this is the correct time. Now Ravana has become very weak, and the signs also showing, that Apashakunas are showing, and then and this is the time to kill him. Please use the Brahmastra. Then Rama uses this Brahmastra. So this is a very powerful astra given initially by Brahma to Indra, and it came to Agastya Muni, and Agastya Muni gives to Lord Rama. And this arrow, when Brahma Astra mantra was chanted, this arrow becomes very heavy, like Meru and Mandara mountains. Meru Parvata means very big mountain. We cannot compare with any mountain on earthly planet. Such a heavy mountain it is. Meru and Mandara also, that much weight it acquires. And Vayu sits on wings. And then at the sharp portion of that arrow, both sun and fire sits. And it goes at the speed of wind. It can crush big mountains to powder. When it goes, it shines, like Mahasarpa. It shakens all people. Everybody gets shaken by that. And ocean gets disturbed. Earth shakes. Mountains moves. It's a terrible arrow that is. And that comes and hits Ravana. Ravana is shooting many arrows. No arrow could stop that arrow. It comes and directly hits on chest of Ravana. And it goes back and goes into earth, again comes and sits on the bow and that quiver of Lord Rama. And all the Vanras, by seeing that, they are telling Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. And Rakshas army, they stopped all their war, they are observing up to now. They stopped fighting, they just observing what both are doing. Okay, and they get fear and they run away, into the Lanka. And Vanras go and they attack and kill many Rakshas also. And Devatas, they are seeing from sky. Rishis are seeing, they are become very happy. And they got peace now. And he is the one who is a trouble creator all these years, from thousands of years, lakhs of years. And the trouble has come down now. And very, very happy. So that's a Lord Rama. A great, so merciful, and then, and a great warrior who ruled the entire earthly planet. And he is, all Aishwarya, all rich, and he is having all the jnana. He always follows Shastras, Dharma. He is having all the jnana. And then his ashes, he spread everywhere. Lakhs of years we are actually remembering. And then Sriya, he is so beautiful. And he attracts everybody. When Rama was doing Mahaprasthana, that means going back to Godhead again, going back to his abode, all the residents of Ayodhya and even Kishkinda, many people, they follow him. They are attracted. Without him, they cannot live. Okay? So they also go along with him, go to the Sharyu river and then attain the Vaikuntha Loka. And then he is Vairagya. Sita is not there. Still with great Vairagya, he ruled the whole earthly planet and established the Ramarajya. He exhibited full Vairagya. Okay, so that is the great opulences of Lord Rama. Okay, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by taking his shelter, we can get his mercy for sure. What we are doing is just take full shelter and surrender to him, Rama and Krishna. Okay, so Sarva Dharma and Parityajya Mamekam Sarnam Vraja, they are giving abhaya. For sure they will protect us. In this there is no doubt. So on this great festival day, we heard, we are fortunate, we are blessed by hearing this Rama Katha. And then thanks for giving me opportunity also to glorify Lord Rama on this occasion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.